Appraiser, Willie, Guillermo.
Willie, and how did you hear
Guillermo
about?
I walking by.
Just walking by.
Yeah.
And you saw our beautiful, brand new
Yes,
57th Street
yes.
Gallery.
I saw the Rolex thing. That's why I asked you about the links.
Pictures everybody.
The other day I came in, I asked you about links for
Right.
specific watch. He gave prices, so I'll be back. Then
Oh,
I saw, because you gave me the flyer.
It was the links
The
for.
Rolex.
The sport mode.
I have a pic. Exact, good man. There you go.
Okay, cool. Okay, so tell me, Willie, what do we have here?
It's an old pocket watch that was given to me a long time ago.
By a family member or what?
Patient.
A patient.
Yeah.
And so what are you a heart surgeon?
No, optician.
Optician.
I wish I was a heart surgeon. A lot more money.
You know what they say, the difference between a regular doctor and a specialist. You know what the difference is?
No, go ahead.
I think the difference is
you
one
what you
plays
want?
golf once a week and one plays golf 3 times a week.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I
That's
heard.
cool.
I don't
That's
remember
good.
if it's true or not, but that's what I heard.
Mhm.
So, you know, a guy was in my house the other day fixing my, we had a backup in our sink. So we had to call the plumber. And I said, you know what he charged me? He wanted $500. I go, $500? I go, my doctor doesn't charge $500. You know what he said? When he was a doctor, he didn't charge $500 either.
Oh, that's funny. With the old doctor, that's crazy.
Okay, so we have this appears to be a Waltham pocket watch.
Right.
It's a men's size. Now, if we look closely, we see the word Waltham. So let's go with the good things first.
Right.
We go pros and cons. So
Right.
the pros are, it appears to be original. It is made by the Waltham Watch Company. It was one of the first American watch companies in the world.
Okay.
Based on my experience, this watch was made probably about 1915 to 1920.
So it wasn't all that I thought.
So
All right.
it's about 100
I
years old.
investigated as best as I could.
You hired a private eye or no?
I know myself. Google.
Yourself.
Google.
Dr. Google.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
This is called the mechanical movement. That means
Right.
you wind it, and there's a mainspring in there, and it should click.
Right.
So it's not working.
Right.
So
I
either
figured
the
that.
mainspring might be broken, or it needs to be cleaned, or maybe another part or two, the balance staff.
Right.
Now, do you think this is gold, Willie?
Should be from what I read.
It should be from what you read. Okay.
Yes.
So I don't know how good your eyes are. Can you read what this says over there?
It says, I'm sure.
I'm going to get you a magnifying glass just to make it.
It says something in sun. I remember writing it down, and it says 20 years.
Look closely. Does it say Sanford or Son?
Wood and Son.
Does it say Sanford?
No,
Son?
J.R. Wood and Son.
JR, read everything there. I want you to read everything.
Geez, can I even read it with this? Oh,
Read it there? Should be good.
Yeah, J.R. Wood and Son, like I said, New York. Guaranteed to get 20 years, and has a number.
Okay. So
Right.
the key here, Willie, is when it says here, it says the manufacturer's name.
Right.
Wood. They made the case.
Right. Oh,
J.R. Wood and Sons made the case. They were from New York.
Right.
And then you have on the bottom the serial number. But the
Right.
key is, it says here, Miss Blue, guaranteed 20 years.
Okay.
Now, what would that possibly mean?
Deteriorate?
Huh?
Deteriorate?
Be clear. What do you mean
It
deteriorate?
erodes? It's
It
not
ero-
gold?
no, but it's guaranteed for 20 years.
Right.
So it can't possibly mean, and it says it over here too, actually. You see that on the inside?
Okay.
Inside cover says it too. You can look at that.
Let me see.
Hold it about an inch or two from the. A little closer, no, closer here, and then you'll bring your eyes
Okay.
close.
Okay, there you go.
What does it say?
Wood, 20 again. Same thing as the outside.
Same thing as the other.
Yeah.
So what do you think it could mean? It can't mean that
That
they
gold.
guarantee the watch is going to work for 20 years.
Right.
Nobody guarantees that.
Okay.
We clean service typically give a year warranty.
Right.
On all our watches that we sell typically with 2-year warranties.
Okay.
But what could that mean? It says guaranteed for 20 years.
You got me.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you. So
Yeah.
that was the terminology. Like, I don't even have to test it.
Okay.
That was the terminology that they used when they gold-plated items. So when they gold-plated this, they will guarantee to you or
That
your
it'll stay
grandfather
shiny.
that, not stay shiny, but the gold will stay on it for 20 years. It means they'll plate it heavily enough
Got it.
that through wear and tear, and that means they put it on both,
Mm-hmm.
so people wouldn't get confused. They're very honest. They're
Yeah,
saying this case here and the inner case are
Okay.
both guaranteed for 20 years that the gold plate will not wear off.
Well, that will last a long time for 20 years.
This is almost 100.
Yeah.
So the key here is that if it was gold, they don't guarantee it for 20
Correct.
years because the gold will stay gold
Yeah,
forever.
exactly.
Okay, so you know you will never typically see both marks. You will never see 14 karat gold
And
stamp
that, and guaranteed.
and guaranteed for 20
Correct.
years.
Okay, that makes
If
sense.
you ever see that,
You know it's not real.
It means that typically somebody put that gold mark on the watch by accident, not by accident, on purpose, but to deceive somebody. Because it's not going to have both. You can't have both. Okay, so that's an interesting little fact. Now we also know the glass is missing here. Now this has a very pretty, what they call sort of an enamel colored, like an enamel colored shiny glossy dial with black Arabic numbers, beautiful red markers on the side for the seconds, and what they call blue Mercedes hands. So you get those blue hands in there, blue. Wow, how many times do you say blue in one sentence? You've never guessed, right? Okay, so the watch, so based on the fact, typically today with the price of gold very high, the value of these watches are significantly more if they're made out of gold than they're worth. Obviously. So these pocket watches typically, this one needs to be cleaned and serviced, so in nice condition. It would sell for between $300 and $500 with a nice guarantee. This is called a double case, Miss Blue, meaning that it has double cases. So this was made originally for people to wear them very heavily. They made them originally for like conductors on trains. This was not a conductor made watch, but it is their style. The conductor made watches have a separate button that pull out and you can change the time on it. But this is done, so it's called a double case, a hunter's case actually. So somebody who wanted to go hunting would have a protection there when they did a sport. They'd have a protection there if they saw a goose there and they wanted to shoot it. And their watch, if they dropped it or it fell or it hit something. So you are missing the glass here. That's not expensive. We can fix that for about $35 to have it custom installed. And if you want it to be cleaned and serviced and repaired, we can give you an estimate for that. Typically, they run about $95.
Not too bad.
And we can give you a 1-year warranty on it. So this came from a family member?
No, a patient gave it to me.
A patient again. So is there any sentimental value that you have with this patient?
No, I mean, unfortunately, he passed away. Yeah, I've been doing what I do a long time. So
what type of work do you do?
Optician.
Optician again. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. So okay. So there you have it. These are the serial numbers that denote approximately when it was made, which if you did the research would be probably around 1920. Do you have anything else today or no?
I had this little, that's another one, the Pinky.
A Pinky.
Yeah.
Pinky what?
This is cool.
I don't know what it is. It's like a little...
You remember that name? That used to be the name for a little rubber ball that we used to play sports with when I was a young boy. It was called a Pensy Pinky.
A Pensy Pinky.
Well, that's a Pensy Pinky. And it's tiny.
A tiny, okay, so this is do you know what this is supposed to be, young man?
No, honestly, no. That's why I'm here. My wife wanted it.
Okay, so we're gonna test this live for you. This looks like a pear-shaped diamond.
Okay.
It looks like very old. It has an old cut on it and a couple inclusions. That means a couple spots.
Yeah, the marks, yeah, exactly.
And it's very flat on the bottom, which they used to do on old stones. That means they didn't have the technology to cut them super sharp and super brilliant, which is good because they were bigger. So I'm going to tell you that I'm going to check it, but due to the fact that it has a couple imperfections and it has the old flat bottom, it should be good. This should be a real diamond.
All right, cool.
Okay, so we're going to test it for you right in front of you.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Blue, the moment of truth.
I love this part.
It feels like you're going to win the lottery, maybe.
No, she'll be.
And the winning number is... We're in business.
All right.
Woo!
Okay, you hear that beat?
Right.
Okay. So I was 95% sure it was going to be an original diamond based on the fact it has the old cut on it and the fact that it's imperfect. So it's not going to be terribly valuable, but it would bring the retail on this maybe $1,000 to $1,500.
All right. She'll be happy.
So, okay, so, okay, so anyhow, do you have anything else with you or no?
That's it.
Okay, so anyhow, this is Lee, the appraiser from Amazing Appraising for another episode, and we want to thank you very much for joining us.
I appreciate it.
Okay, cool.
All right.